In your name, Jesus, I pray and I thank you. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll move down to public comments. Any public comments?
No, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. All right, we'll move down to consideration of a motion to approve the consent agenda, which is approval of minutes for our July the 16th council minutes. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All right, we'll move down to agenda item 5, which is a public hearing, consideration of a motion to approve application for alcohol license in accordance with the City of Statesboro Alcohol Ordinance, Section 6-13A, Gators and Gypsies, LLC, 19 East Vine Street, Suite A, license type club with Sunday sales, as well as item 5B, which is Texas Roadhouse Holdings, LLC, 24034 Highway 80 East, license type, restaurant and Sunday sales. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, Kane, Kane, if you will, you give us some insight on this and any special stipulations that may apply.
Yes, Mayor. The applicant on 5A is Councilwoman Henley, and so it is against our code of ordinances for someone involved in the policing or regulation of alcoholic beverages to obtain a license to distribute alcohol. So I've talked with Councilwoman Henley about this and with staff as well, and so she is applying on this, but in the event that it is granted, she will of course abstain from voting on this application. But if she was to abstain in the future for me, any revisions to Chapter 6, grant of any licenses, disciplinary measures, all that, as long as she abstains from anything related to the policing or regulation of alcohol, then this application can be considered by council.
And has the applicant consented to those?
Oh, yes, Mayor, she has.
Okay.
She and I have had multiple discussions, and we discussed all the ways that just pretty much if it touches alcohol at all, she'll abstain
Okay.
in the future for me. But as long as she's licensing,
Okay.
if it is granted.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Wait, okay. I'm confused. How can you abstain from?
Not vote, not participate in, if there's a vote that comes up, just not vote on it.
So Ms. Henley will be abstaining from all alcohol votes during her tenure? Is that correct?
That's
As long as she's
Not
a
just
alcohol license holder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The inherent conflict is a member of the governing body would be involved in the regulation, the issuance of any license. And if for some reason Ms. Henley continued to vote and she voted against someone receiving a license or for disciplinary action, it will put this council in a situation that would compromise you. And so we don't want to compromise the mayor and the city council in any way. And so that's why Ms. Henley, if y'all move forward with it, it just clearly would separate that so that there's no appearance of any impropriety on her part or of the mayor and the city council.
So for my clarity, every time we vote on the alcohol license, she cannot vote. You okay with that, Jimmy?
And Councilwoman Chambers, I think the biggest issue for Councilwoman Henley, besides the individual applications, is going to be those any revisions to Chapter 6. You know, that's a really inherent conflict if she's
Okay.
voting. If she's voting on Chapter 6, which involves the regulation of alcoholic beverages by the city, that would be so she would abstain from that, and we can work around the conflict of interest with those parameters.
Thank you. All right.
Mr. Mayor, may I just clarify, this has not arisen before, this is a relatively new situation to have a non-elected person in city council be an alcohol license holder?
Well, We had a previous situation where the mayor had considered, doing an application, and he and I came up with the same parameters. He did not go forward with that application, but no, Councilwoman Barr, this is the first time that we've had, to my knowledge anyway, that we've had an elected official apply as the named applicant for an alcoholic license.
I'm sure you got us covered legally, you've researched, and this is appropriate.
And we all know how to proceed moving forward as well. So I think with all this together, we can make sure. And of course, I trust Councilwoman Henley to do the right thing anyway.
Thank you.
All right. Any further discussion? Anything else, Ken?
Oh, no, thank you, Mayor.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so for the record, I know you can have it, for the record, let the record show that Ms. Henley is recusing herself.
Yeah, that's up with stipulations. Yeah, okay. All right, thank you. Is there anyone here to speak for this request? Is there anyone here to speak against this request? All right, seeing that there is none, is there a motion to close the hearing? So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any council discussion at this time?
Yeah, it couldn't be bulldogs and gypsies. I'll ask you a word.
There you go. Yeah. But if there's no further discussion, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. And just for the record, this is with stipulations. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll move down to agenda item 5B, which is Texas Roadhouse Holding LLC 24034 Highway 80 East, license type restaurant with Sunday sales. Is there a motion to open that public hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Kane Hewitt.
On Texas Roadhouse?
Texas Roadhouse.
Nothing, Mayor.
Okay. Good deal. Is there anyone here to speak for this request? Anyone? Yeah.
Well, my name is Maurice Jackson.
Come on up.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah. You know we know you.
My name is Maurice Jackson. Statesboro is actually home. I was actually born here. I started my restaurant career in 1985 up on Fair Road at the Western Sizzlin'. It took me all around the country. I probably worked in 10 different states. I've been pushing to get this Texas Roadhouse here since 2018. And of course, COVID slowed us down, put us a little bit behind schedule. But I'm coming before you guys to hopefully we can get approved. I think we worked and did everything that has been asked of us to be in line and ordinance with the city. So hopefully you guys give us improvements on it and we can start serving you guys some good steaks and steaks well.
Woo!
What that?
It's about time.
That's what I said. It's about to.
I know. Ain't nothing like when the sun come on home.
Yep.
There you go. With that being said, Maurice, thank you. We want to go ahead and proceed. With that being said, is there anyone here to speak against the request? All right. Seeing that it is none, is there a motion to close the hearing?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. We're going to open it up for council discussion. Any discussion by council?
Well, I'm just so happy I can't wait.
Yeah, I know it. All right. With that being said, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Let it show that agenda items 5A and 5B have passed. All right, we'll move down to agenda item 6, which is consideration of a motion to approve resolution 2024-20, a resolution calling for a special election to fill the unexpired term of the vacant District 1 council seat, fixing the qualification fee for candidates and authorizing publication. Mr. Penny, you can give us a little bit of insight on that.
Mayor, member of the council, Councilman Warren, representative for District 1, submitted his resignation effective August 1st. And so what you have before you today is a call for this special election to fill that vacancy. You have until tomorrow to approve this action in order to get it on the November ballot. If you fail to do that today or tomorrow, it would push it to an election sometime next year, so that seat would stay open And so today you have before you the call for the special election and to get it on the ballot in November.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Perry. Any discussion by council?
I do have a question on, qualifications are Tuesday to Thursday. It's not Monday through Friday like it usually is. Is
It's
that
only required to have a 2.5 day opening for it for a special election.
works for me? Thank you.
And I did 3 full days.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, qualifications for the time period when candidates qualify? It's
When you come
shorter,
in and you turn your paper.
For a special election.
for special election, it's just a shorter window. Well, when will that window be? Do we know yet? I know Shantae has to approve, but.
The 20th through the 22nd.
So they have time to get this figured out.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, any further discussion by council? All right, seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. We'll move down to agenda item 7, which is consideration of a motion to award a contract to the Charles Machine Works Incorporated in the purchase of a Ditch Witch JT20 DPDHT directional boring machine per Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Contract in the amount of $296,682.29. This item is to be purchased with funds approved in the 2025 CIP budget. Item number NGD-69, funded by system revenues. Mr. Penny, any further insight on that?
No further insight, Mayor. I just want to point out, after you do that one, you go back up to number 7.
Okay, up to number 7.
Yes, the Brad Tellers.
The rap tellers.
You skipped me, so it's not on your agenda.
No, I got it. No, that's what I got right there. That's my number 7. Right there.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Come back.
Okay. All right. All right. Is there a motion to approve?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
I'm gonna give
All right.
this to the
And
mayor.
so what we got going on here? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. The other agenda item too. Consideration of a motion to award a contract to Rap Tellers Incorporated in the amount of $28,900 to perform a water and sewer rate study update. Study to be paid with water and sewer fund revenues. Mr. King.
Mayor, members of the council, if you remember, we had Rap Tellers come in almost 2 years ago and do a cost of services analysis for water and sewer, and that's part of what you've been dealing with in when we've adopted the budget to adjust our sewer rates. But with all that we have going on in Statesboro and Bullock County, we've been talking about some of our infrastructure needs. And one of the things that we've been talking about is the need for a new package plant, a 4MGD package plant. However, what we need to look at is we need to do our due diligence, and we need to look at if we don't have some grant funds
Yeah.
to help to cover that. What kind of rates would we have to have in order to be able to satisfy $100 million investment? And that will help us in figuring out how we proceed in order to make the case for the need for other assistance from other sources. And so this study will give us a glimpse of what our rates will need to be. And just want to be clear to council and to the public, it is our hope that we need the package plant because we have a 40-some-year-old waste treatment plant. And the package plant will extend the life of that older plant, but it would also allow us to be able to do work on that older plant once we get the new plant. But the one thing we don't want to see happen is that we incur this debt and we have to raise our rate so much that then we're just getting people to start developing in the city of Statesboro. But we don't, and some people think that our rates are really high now, and they really are. But what we don't want to do is make this major investment, and then we have to raise our rates to some exorbitant fashion, and people then decide they don't want to be in Statesboro because the cost is out of hand. So we want to do our due diligence to help us make the case for other assistance to make this, to do this, because we need the package plan. And so this is a first part of getting that done. So we recommend approval of the contract with Grant Tellis.
Okay. All right, any discussion by council? All right, seeing that there's none, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. We'll move down to agenda item 8, which is consideration of a motion to approve the purchase of a Timco Model 600 street sweeper per Sourcewell contract price with funds from GMA lease tool in the amount of $364,195. Mr. Penny, any additional insight on that?
The street sweeper get more and more expensive every day, and so we recommend the purchase.
All right, any discussion from council? All right, seeing that there is none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll move down to agenda item 9, other business from city council. Any other business from council?
Good wishes to all of the city folks and residents and everybody as we come through this storm. And kudos to our staff who are prepared and have been working to get ready and are getting us through it the best we can.
All right, anybody else? No? All right, we'll move down to city manager comments. Mr. Penny, anything?
Mayor, members of the council, have a couple of things just want to mention to you. Along with the storm situation, just want to let you know that we are canceling this week's concert, which is it's supposed to rain. And so by us canceling the concert yesterday, Olympia took care of this yesterday, we don't lose our money and we can find another date.
Okay.
So that we can bring the band and our citizens can enjoy the concert.
Okay.
And so we want to publicly say that. And then the other thing I want to mention to you is that last night we had a meeting with the Cypress Lake, on the Cypress Lake development. We had a number of citizens here. Even though it was raining, we still went forward.
Yeah.
And I would just say, I thought it was a good meeting.
Okay.
But the reason I want to mention that is at the next council meeting, at our work session, we have a number of items that we want to bring to the mayor and council during that work session. And one of them is our development process. We want to talk about our development process because what happens is, and one of the citizens asked last night, how do we know when there are different topics that are going on and we need to be in attendance? Well, you got to go to that website because we post it on our website. But what happens is, once that zoning is in place, then citizens come in when y'all are getting ready to do a preliminary plat, and they want to impose other things. We have to get people to understand you got to make your wishes known before the zoning is in place. Because once y'all adopt that zoning, you're locked in. And that preliminary plat is a legal process that if you don't do it, then you put the city in jeopardy. And so we want to talk about the things that are important for development and how citizens need to be engaged. And I don't even know the whole report. If we're going to slow down, we need to slow down before the planning board sends that recommendation to you, so that citizens have a chance to have input. Versus once it gets here, you can always table it when it gets to you. But we just want to talk about that development process because you have approved 3,500 housing units. At the next council meeting, you have an annexation and another rezoning that could be an additional 1,800 housing units for our community. And our staff tells me that we could have as many as 8,000 housing units approved for our community. That's exciting for our community, but it also comes with, I'm not going to say issues, opportunities and challenges, and we also want to be transparent with our citizens so they have a chance to have input in the process.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And the other thing I just want to mention to you, The Fab Lab grand opening, I sent you a save the date, I think August 27th at 10 o'clock in the morning. If you haven't been over there, it looks great.
Great.
It's a great addition to our downtown area, and we're excited about that.
All right, thank you, Mr. Penny. All right, we'll move down to public comments. We have Johnny Dorcas on the agenda. Mr. Dorcas is not here. Is there any other public comments? All right, seeing that there is none, is there a need for a executive session?
There is, Mayor.
There is.
Personnel.
Personnel. Okay, all right. So we're going to move into executive session via consideration for a motion to enter into executive session to discuss personnel matters in accordance with OCGA 50-14-3B. Is there a motion to enter executive session?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.